Every Friday.
Every Friday
Oh
during school, during lunch, there was a talent show.
Wow.
And one Friday, I brought the principal up and played a Whitney Houston song, "I Will Always Love You." I had this little puppet that did a striptease for the principal, singing the song and like doing a lap dance on the principal's
Oh my God!
You ever get excited about buying something you maybe probably shouldn't buy? If you're still not sure what to do about guns, let me explain it to you using this awful cat. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Now, obviously, I love her more than anyone in the world.
Alex Clark!
Alicyn!
Welcome to Alicyn's Wonderland.
We're here.
We're here in the Wonderland.
And you're with us.
Yes, and we're breaking the fourth wall already. Hi, guys. Hi.
We got some stories to tell.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
From somebody who I have known for more than a decade, actually. Yeah. I was trying to think back if I remember the first time we met, and I don't think I do.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Did we meet in Boston or here?
Probably at the LA program.
Yeah.
You did the
That's
LA.
what I think.
So Alex and I went to college together. We both went to Emerson's college, and I think we met when I was the RD of the LA program, probably.
Yeah, I think so. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the South Shore of Massachusetts.
Where?
A small town called Hanson.
I don't know where that is.
Well, it's in Plymouth County.
Okay.
So it's in that little pocket of ye old rustic pilgrims and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We have plantations, we have rocks, you name it.
I like one of those things.
I'm not going to ask. So, yeah, you have been, wow. I mean, to see your channel and how it has exploded, in the early days, also just seeing your growth and how much growth you had, like kind of really right when you were getting started with your YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was when I switched to cartoons, then it was like right away. But before I switched to cartoons, I was years of like nothing.
So
I felt like crazy.
So take us back to the early days. First of all, for anybody that lives under a rock or a plantation and might not know your channel, tell us about your channel.
I just figured out the best log line for it.
Okay.
It's like if Bart Simpson had a vlog. I figured that out for years. I've been like trying to figure out how to say it. I'm always like stumbling over words. I figured that out last night. So we arranged this podcast right away. I was like, I got the log line. I got to tell somebody.
Yes, and it's animated. Well, a lot of your stuff is animated. Most of your stuff is animated. And you are now up to almost 4.1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's my
you
biggest
get
accomplishment.
The Golden Star of Achievement.
Thanks.
Tell us about the early days and kind of what your impetus was when you were creating the channel versus how it evolved.
So I was performing a lot, and I was like, I need to get people to want to buy tickets to see me. So I was like, I should post online.
And this is performing your stand-up comedy.
Right. Yeah. So
Did we
then
ever do stand-up together?
No, I don't think so. You don't do stand-up anymore, right?
But I did in
But you should.
2008.
You should do it now, because I talked to you a couple months ago, and you were like, I wish I didn't give it up.
Did I say that?
You said, are you pretending you never said
I
that?
don't remember.
You totally said that. We got to get her back out. Get her Alicyn back out. I think you should do it.
Now. Yeah. Can I open for you on tour?
Yeah, sure.
All right, then okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it was a catalyst to kind of get your comedy out to be seen by more people.
Yeah. So then I was posting like news recaps and sketches and stuff, and none of it really worked. And then there was a time when there was only one person making cartoons on YouTube.
And that was?
His name was Swoozy, and I watched it forever. And then I was like, you know what? Cartoons are related to comedy. I'm just going to try and make one. And overnight, like, the views exploded. So it's like, I got to learn how to draw again. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Had you already had prior experience as an artist?
When I was 5 to 10 was most of my art experience. It was the first thing I remember being good at. I still have the first picture I drew of Donald Duck that I was like, I'm good at something. And then
Where
I
did you
took
grow up?
Chicopee, Massachusetts, near Springfield, near the Six Flags and now the MGM Casino.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I bet it's fun to go home now.
Oh, yeah, totally. The Basketball Hall of Fame is there.
Jeez.
Very exciting.
That's a little more exciting than Plymouth Plantation.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on who you ask.
So I had a kid a couple of days ago. So if I space out, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you've been you've been putting up so much work to your YouTube channel over the past decade or so to get the growth up to where it is now. How are you managing the demands of being a professional YouTuber and now being a dad?
Well, it's easy if you have a wife that's awesome and you don't mind
I
taking
am.
advantage of her abilities. She's so awesome. She does everything. I'm always like, I want to help. I want to help. She's like, no, you go do work. So I got
Wow.
very lucky. So I think her job is to manage the kid. My job is to make sure she's happy. I feel like I'm the assistant to her.
Ah.
So I'm there. I'm like when you're watching like a boxing match
Mm-hmm.
and the fighter comes over to the side, he's like, I'm not going to make it. I'm the guy that's like, you got this. Come on, let's go.
Water.
What do you need? Water.
I'm trying to think like what types of things you need postpartum, like
Yeah.
sort of everything. Hugs, lots of hugs.
Hugs, sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and food.
Yeah. So has it been a big transition? Are you taking time off from the channel, or are you just plowing
Slowing
through?
down. But I don't know. There people are always like, if you like something, it's not really a job. So for me, it's like, oh, this is so much fun. I just want to do it, which is
Yeah.
crazy because I've been doing it for so long and it's still fun.
Yeah. How do you like? What's your production schedule like? What is your day to day?
So for a while, I had like 5 or 6 employees, and I kept being like, oh man, if I just get one more, it'll be easier. No. It's so much work managing people. Like,
Yeah.
I worked with so many talented people and they taught me so much, but it was just too much work managing people. I'm like, I'd rather just do this by myself. So slowly transitioned back to that, and now I'm just doing everything. And because I learned so much from the people I did work with, I feel like it streamlined it
Yep.
to an extraordinary degree.
And so when you had people helping out, were they helping out with the animation, with
Yeah, they were all
posting and drafting?
animators, yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow. And so did that mean you were producing more content?
Probably more polished content
Mm-hmm.
because there was just more people that had their hands on it. But it's YouTube, you can do whatever you want. So I was like, let's make this more personal and a little bit more rough, and I think people actually like it more. It's
Interesting.
like, oh, there's a personal touch to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of is like human nature. We always want to improve upon everything, and at a certain point you wonder, maybe where I'm at is just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now you kind of had one of your biggest hits was the Babysitter Series.
Yeah, people love that. I actually rewatched it last night because I was like, why do people like that so much? And then I watched it and I was like, oh, it's because it's good. That's why.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you feel that was an integral part of the
Oh,
growth of your
totally.
channel?
That video, if you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
It got over like 500,000 subscribers in a couple of weeks. It was insane. The video exploded.
Wow.
Yeah, and perfect example of like, it doesn't need to be the best. If you go back and watch it, it's a way simpler video than a lot of the stuff I've produced with a bunch of people or
Mhm.
even by myself since. And it's just like, there's really good story beats, and I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah. Wow. And so do you think you'll ever come back and revisit anything from that?
No.
It's retired.
Well, I'm married now, so it's weird to talk about dating your babysitter. Maybe one day when we have a babysitter for my
Oh!
kid, we can set something up with my son. I don't know. We'll see.
Did your former babysitter ever watch the show or contact you after it all came out?
No, we lost touch. It was before the internet.
Uh-huh.
It was before the internet.
You think she's caught wind of it though? Or...
She might be trying to track me down. Where's my cut? If you're watching, we'll do it. You made my career.
It's a necessary 10%.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that. We've had a special question on the fly coming in.
What?
Woo! Okay,
Yay!
Alex. This is a question written by one of our fantastic audience members. If your home was on fire and you could only grab 2 non-people things, what would they be?
Non-people things?
Two
So like not my
non-
wife or my kid?
Not wife, not baby.
This is hard to answer because I don't want people to know what's in my house.
Or especially the address.
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind is my Nintendo Switch. I don't know why, because it's such a stupid little geeky thing, but not to me.
We love it.
What else? And probably the blanket my grandmother made me when I was a kid.
Oh, what a soft heart.
Yeah.
Oh, what color is it?
Well, right now it's real ugly because what happened is it fell apart. I made a video about this actually. It fell apart and I asked her to fix it. And instead of like just sewing up what was already there, she replaced it with all like old Duck Dynasty shirts.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was like a patched together quilt kind of thing with like a fur back.
Uh-huh.
So all the patches that were messed up, she took out and just, I don't know where she got this Duck Dynasty stuff from, but now that's what it
The
is.
thrift store, maybe.
Yeah. When she fixed it, it was a fur back and she was old, so she didn't realize she left all the pins in. So for like 3 weeks, I kept waking up with stab marks in my arms and legs. And like, Grandma, what are you doing to me?
Well, the good news is you didn't give it to your baby.
Right.
Do you think he'll ever maybe get to enjoy the blanket himself?
No, it's mine.
We all have our boundaries.
Yeah.
So you have over 384 videos that you've made for
Oh my God,
YouTube.
really?
Yes.
And that's not including the ones
In your main,
that I
that's
took
your
down.
main account.
Right.
And that's just your main account.
Because a couple of years
oh,
ago, we have a Patreon.
Yep.
And so a couple of years ago, I was like trying to figure out how can we give extra stuff. Do you back anyone on Patreon?
No, I don't.
Okay, I back a bunch of people, and a lot of times people give great perks, and a lot of times that just there's nothing. You just give them money for no reason. I'm like, if we're gonna do this, I want to give people something awesome. So we went through and we privated a bunch of videos. Remember when we were a kid, they'd always talk about like the Disney Vault.
Oh.
Like, we're taking Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs out of the Disney Vault. You can get it today.
Right, on VHS.
Right. So we took a bunch of videos and made the Clark Classic Vault and put it on Patreon. So in addition to the videos you're talking about, there's like another 100 that I made on top of that. I can't believe I made that many.
Wow.
That's so many videos.
It's so many videos. How long does each video take you? It seems like animation is so labor intensive.
Well, due to advances in modern technology, it's getting a lot faster.
Thanks, Flash.
Yeah.
Are you still using Flash?
I use Toon Boom.
Toon Boom.
Which is what they use for like Well, actually, I think South Park is in Maya now or some 3D software. But they used to make South Park in it, and like Bob's Burgers in it. All the major studios, I think, use Toon Boom.
Wow. So which one would you say is the most memorable for you when it comes to their creation?
Definitely the Babysitter one because it changed my life.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else there might be. I did one about called The Stripper Situation at my high school.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
And it was basically about a time I went to performing arts high school, so this story was more appropriate.
Lucky.
Yeah. Without asking for my principal's permission, we had a talent show every Friday during school.
Every Friday
during school, during lunch, there was a talent show.
Wow.
And one Friday, I brought the principal up and played a Whitney Houston song, "I Will Always Love You." I had this little puppet that did a striptease for the principal, singing the song and like doing a lap dance on the principal's lap.
Oh my God.
And my mom still works at the school, and until he retired,
Did she work at the school then?
No, she didn't then.
She immediately got a job so she could keep an eye.
Yeah, exactly. But until the day he retired, he had a picture of that moment up on the bulletin board in his office, and like I've always think about that, like, oh, that's so cool.
Oh my gosh! Wow. So you weren't reprimanded?
No, not at all.
You
He
weren't
loved
taken to the
it.
bank and taken over his knee?
No.
Wow. That's.
But it
amazing.
was a crazy school. We had a drag show.
Mhm.
Like, it was just fun.
You're so lucky.
Yeah.
Thinking about back to my high school experiences. It was not like that. But
Yeah, I had to fight to get in there. Mostly with my parents, because my parents were like, you need to get a good education. I'm like, but there's this dinky art school an hour from here. Let's check it out.
hour. Did you drive? Did they drive you?
There was like a shuttle bus that there was like hubs
Yeah.
where the shuttle bus. So I'd get dropped off at the hub, and then that would take me the rest of the way.
What town was it in?
It was in Hadley.
Oh, that's so fun.
So it was like 45 minutes, and then I got a car, and I'd have to drive there.
And did you study, like, pick one particular medium for your art, or were you multidisciplinary?
No, it was a charter school, so I think there was like guidelines on what they could and couldn't do. So
Mhm.
getting specific like that, I think, was like against the charter. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I could be making stuff up right now.
Sounds like Emerson.
Yeah.
Emerson College. No, wow, that's amazing. I mean, to think back that you've been doing this YouTube as a career now for over 10 years.
Yeah.
You've had highs, you've had some lows, you've really evolved along with the medium. What are some of like advice that you might have for aspiring YouTube creators?
I don't know anymore. I feel out of the game.
Out of the game.
But I would say the main thing, just do it
Mhm.
over and over. It sounds so basic and simple, but if you just do it over and over again, you're going to learn every time and get better.
And do you think that helps people find their voice?
Yeah.
By
And
doing
find what
it
they
right?
like doing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is so much emphasis on growth and numbers. It can kind of take some of the joy out of creating. Did you ever
Oh
find
man, it's so hard to just be like,
it doesn't matter?
doesn't matter, just do it for fun.
Yeah. But obviously you don't just do it for fun.
Right,
You
right,
do it
right.
for money also.
I do it for my baby's house. Yeah.
And my baby mama's house.
Yeah.
And I'm sure.
And it's not my house, basically, is
Yeah,
what is the point of the story. It's their house.
Yeah. But then did you find that your YouTube channel was supporting your comedy career?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, we went on tour in 2019, and did a bunch of cities. It was awesome.
And are you going on tour again soon?
Right now, I'm doing little shows locally,
Nice.
kind of like working on new stuff and building up a strong hour. So that's what we're doing right now.
Right. And you have a special out as well.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
It's 10 years of work in 45 minutes. I can't wait for you to go leave comments about it. Go right now. And it was just so much fun. We did it in the Colony in Burbank, which is a beautiful theater.
Oh.
And it was just so cool to have some people like flew in from hours away. And I was like, guys, why do I deserve this? I'm not sure. And it was just an honor to do it, really. It was fun.
Did you release it just on YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow. And so did you put it behind a paywall or was it just available for anybody?
Well,
initially?
what happened was I was like, kept waiting to put it out. And then I was like, because I want to do something with Hulu or Netflix or something. And then after years of not doing anything with it, I was like, watching it, I'm like, some of this stuff is starting to get dated. And if I don't release it soon, this is going to be, people are going to be like, why are you talking about Y2K? Not that I talked about that, but that's an example.
Yeah, why are you?
Yeah, Y2K jokes are really popular in 2019. I don't know if you guys know. So, yeah, then I was like, this is good. I want to release it. So I think I made the decision and like 5 days later it was online. Like we had started editing it and put it up. Like,
So you had already shot it and everything.
Yeah, we had shot it and it was just sitting on a hard drive for years, not even looked at.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got to take the leap, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this. There's another one coming in.
Yay!
A question from our
Thank
illustrious audience. If you could have
Mhm.
horns, cat paws, or a tail, which would you choose and why?
I love questions like this. Horns, cat paws, or a tail?
Or a tail.
Is it a long tail?
It's any kind of tail you want.
Well, I want to go, we're talking about like a body modification, right? I just don't like have it in my closet.
Yes, I
Okay,
believe
cool.
so. I believe so.
I'm going to go tail because it's got the most abilities, like added abilities to your body, but
Uh-huh.
also you can hide it.
Mm.
So no one's going to be like, look at that guy.
And what kind of tail would you choose?
Long one. I want to swing from a tree like a monkey.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
What would you
hefty
choose?
one. Probably not. I would probably also choose tail because I'm not so into the horn aesthetic. And
Yeah,
paws
people would just
seem
get
like
mad
they
at
would.
you if you had
I
horns, I
couldn't
think.
play the guitar if I
Yeah.
had cat paws. Can you imagine? So yeah, probably a tail, but maybe like a fluffy little bunny tail.
Oh, that's
Saucy.
cute.
And then I could like cut a little hole in my pants and just have the tail puff out. Yeah, I'm gonna go bunny tail.
That sounds adorable.
Yeah, what color tail?
Reptilian.
Prehensile
I don't know
tail.
why.
Cool.
I guess
Cool,
because
man.
I was into Ninja Turtles as a kid.
Yeah.
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 Not that they had tails. Originally, I think they did, but then they took it out because they thought they looked like penises. I remember hearing that somewhere.
I could see
Did you see
that.
the new Ninja Turtle movie?
Not yet.
It's so good.
My husband and my son went to go see it.
Did they like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I mean, they see a lot of movies. My son does not have two discerning of a palate.
Mhm.
So he pretty much likes everything. And my husband's just kind of like, yeah, everything was, it was good. Every kid
Okay,
movie. I'm
so you
like,
don't really
no,
know.
Paw Patrol #1, a really good film.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll have to check that one
It
out.
has a lot of heart in it.
I like kids content. Like I'm gonna be very generic here. I love Bluey.
Yes.
I watch it by myself all the time. It's the main reason we had a kid. Yeah, I just love kids stuff. There's another one called Puff and Rock. Did you ever see that?
Puff and Rock. Yes.
Oh,
Very
it's so
cute.
good.
My son was never that into it though.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Well, he's 7 now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 7. Yeah, some of the stuff that, they like the fast-paced stuff, but
So they must have like
try to keep them off
Spider-Verse.
YouTube. Oh, Spider-Verse is an incredible movie.
Yeah.
Incredible movie.
So Spider-Verse, I feel like story-wise totally annihilates Ninja Turtles, but the art style, I like it better in Turtles.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I love the art in Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I got to go see Turtles now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go see it.
I think you like it.
Oh, got another question coming in. And this one, I think I know the answer to.
Okay.
Cereal. You
Life,
could eat it for
Cinnamon
breakfast, lunch,
Cinnamon
and...
Life. That's my favorite
Okay.
cereal. Is that the question?
Yes.
Cinnamon Life is the best
Is
cereal.
it? How
Yeah.
often do you eat your Cinnamon Life?
There are 10 boxes of it in my cupboard at home.
Literally?
Yeah.
Whoa, you have a big cupboard.
Yeah. I love that cereal. I don't know why.
Oh,
Growing
man.
up, I was into chocolatey stuff and fruity stuff, but now it's just Cinnamon Life.
I did love my life. It always felt so healthy, but then you'd like open it up and realize there was just like granulated sugar
Yeah.
crystals in there
Yeah.
hiding. Like, oh, we're a healthy cereal.
I probably eat it like once a week, but it's the only thing I eat when it's cereal.
Mm.
What about you?
I don't really eat cereal. But if I could eat any cereal I want, Kashi chocolate crunch is pretty good.
My wife eats that. She loves it.
It's like allegedly high in protein,
Right.
so I feel like maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it was like we call like vacation cereal, like the go for. I gotta say, life is probably up there. Although I haven't had it in years.
Right.
Although it just like soaks up the milk. It's just like a pocket of squishy goodness. So if you had to choose being on tour
Mhm.
or being behind the camera,
Oh,
Which of
tour,
those two?
100%. I
Yeah.
like being with people because you instantly know, like you get the feedback and you know if you're going in the right direction.
yeah,
When you make a video, even this, we're like, is this what people want to see? Is it going to work? Like if there was an audience here, we would know what to talk about, you know?
it's funny. We're actually talking about maybe doing some live next season for
Oh, that'd be
season
so
4.
cool.
Wouldn't it be fun?
Yeah. Even if there was like 6 people here, it would still be awesome.
Yeah, and probably not here, but
They can do it. We
For
can
the
hang them from the
record,
rafters.
It's a very, very small 10 by 12 foot space, so we'd be sitting on each other's laps. Not that that's a bad thing, but yeah. So what do we think? Is there going to be any tours coming up? Is that a goal of yours?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm pumped to go on tour again. It's just I want to make sure that the next hour is super solid before I go.
Well, it's probably best to bring the baby and your wife
Oh, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
before anybody gets back from maternity leave. Tour with like a 3-month-old, like a 5-month-old baby or something.
Yeah, I keep wanting to. I've brought him to a couple shows, and like I love having him there. But then it's just like such a distraction. And
He doesn't get ID'd.
No, he doesn't. They're like he's cute. He can come in.
Just can't sit at the bar.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of series on your channel throughout the years that you've done. Do you think there's any particular ones that your fans miss the most, and would you consider bringing them back?
I think it's weird because what the fans like the most is generally what's not the most popular. Like I did these things called Vlogtoons, which was like a vlog mixed with cartoons, cutting back and forth, and true fans love those, but the audience retention is abysmal. It like drops from like 70% retention to like 20% retention like immediately.
Wow.
So I find like the most likable things, with the exception of the Babysitter series, it's like people just don't watch.
So have you learned so much about YouTube over the past decade?
Oh yeah, too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Just forever holding up space in your brain.
Yeah.
Be
Rent
better
free.
used. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about your creation process? Take us through from the idea of a video through
Sure.
posting and even after.
So the video I'm working on right now is called how I lost $500,000. It's okay. It wasn't devastating. It's a fun video. It's lighthearted, believe it or not. So with that, sometimes I write scripts, but I feel like the audience likes it better because it feels more authentic if I just go in the booth, record, listen to it, edit it, go back, re-record some parts, make it work. So that's usually what I do. I'll do that for like 2 or 3 days, and I'll have like a roughed out storyline with like sound effects and music and the general story.
And when you say 2 to 3 days, are you working like 8 hours those days, or 4 hours, or a couple hours here and
8
there?
to 10, I would say.
Whoa.
Yeah. But that's like just the idea, no script, nothing. So just sitting in there, record, editing, listening to it again. Did I like this? No, change it. Then I'll start animating, and I can do about a minute of animation in a 10-hour day. And then during that part, that's usually when I'll tweak jokes if something's not working. As I'm doing, I'll be like, oh, this callback will work with the previous scene, and I'll do it more organically like that.
Do you have trusted advisors that you show things to and be like, hey, can we get your thoughts on this?
Sometimes. Right now it's a lot of young people because I'm like, you're the ones watching YouTube. So I have a couple like awesome fans, like this dude Harvo Nation lives in the UK right now. He's an upcoming animator. Check him out. He's awesome. He actually helped me with the title of that video. So I'll run stuff by them because I feel like they're more in touch with what people like on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so after that.
And my wife. My wife always has to watch everything first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, we love you, Pam. So then 10 hours of the animating per minute. Each video is about like
4 to 8 minutes,
4 to
I would
8
say.
minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane. I can get a video done in like a week.
That's a lot of hours you're putting in.
Oh, yeah, totally. I don't do anything except videos. That's why I was like, get me to this podcast. I need to talk to somebody.
People, humans.
Yeah. So it just kind of blows my mind that 20 years ago, you'd need 300 people maybe, or not 300, but like 100 people to make the video I'm making by myself right now. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
And it's only going to get easier and faster with AI.
Yeah. Have you started using AI in any of your work?
I really only use it if I'm writing or recording a video and I'm like stuck. I'll be like, list 20 options for this idea I have. And they're like, oh, I kind of like that one. It's more like, I wouldn't say it's good at writing for you, but it's good at like brainstorming for you, which I love it for.
Yeah. But there are some AI programs that are starting to do animation, I believe.
Oh, there's ones that will make the whole show. Like these guys, I forget what it's called, but you type in what you want an episode about and it makes a whole episode of South Park.
Oh my gosh.
Like does all the edits, puts the characters, the voice acting. And then you can be like, I want Cartman to be a little bit happier than he is in this scene. And it'll redo it.
Oh, that's scary.
It's nuts. Yeah.
It's a little bit scary.
Do you think in the future, instead of like people making shows, Netflix will just be like, what do you want a show about? And you'll type it in and it'll make it?
The first time I heard that speculated, I was like, oh, it's already heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Right? I want to see a Brad Pitt movie about strippers.
Right.
That takes place in my hometown.
Right.
You know, and it's like, oh, and he falls in love with me. And then you can put yourself in the movie.
Yeah.
I think the studios are probably already working on it.
I hope so, because I'd love to see that.
I think that's a big part of what the strike is about too. And just
yeah. I just don't. It's weird because all the AI stuff is based on other people's work. Like Sarah Silverman is suing over it. A lot of people are, and it's like, if it's based on other people's work, I don't know if you should be able to do it. Really.
And how are you ever going to come up with an original idea if you could only base it on what's already come before?
Right. It's impossible.
These are interesting times.
Yeah.
And what? Oh! And we already did that one. So, okay. Here we go. Another question. What's the movie you haven't seen that everyone on the planet expects you've seen?
The Barbie movie.
The Barbie movie.
I need to see it. We might actually go today.
Ah.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
See? Everyone on the planet.
I've seen, and I have not seen that many movies. So,
yeah.
But
did you like it?
I did. Yeah. I mean, maybe didn't strike as earth-shattering to me.
Right.
I had an expectation of it really being very subversive, and
Right.
so I think I was aware of what the movie was going to be, and it was what I expected it to be.
Right.
It didn't surprise me that much,
Right.
but I'm on my own there. Don't flame me, because maybe that means you're actually watching the video this far.
Yeah, I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, well, we should talk after you see it.
Okay, we
Yeah.
will.
You see Oppenheimer?
No, not yet. Only Ninja Turtles.
Well, hey, you could just take the baby to a double header.
Yeah, I actually pitched that, and my wife, she wasn't for it.
No, she was
Yeah.
not there for it.
Yeah.
So, coming back to animation and creating your own original animation after your brief stint from 5 to 10 as a cartoonist, what was that like? Did you train yourself in Toon Boom?
Yeah. So, what a lucky time to be alive. You can learn anything for free online.
Yeah.
So I would reach out to people and they'd answer my questions. If you're looking to get into animation, great resources. This girl, Stylist Rumble, she works in a professional studio in Canada, and she just has the best, easy to follow tutorials.
Nice.
So I watched those. And then another resource was all the people I worked with. They taught me a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that you're a dad and you've been married since 2019, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. One of your best videos was talking about how you met your wife, and
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about what it's like working with your wife Pam on these?
It's fun.
Mm-hmm. And now you guys are like making this next leap forward. Having had a kid myself 7 years ago now, and you are less than 7 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just everything changes. Nothing is ever the same again, for better, and also other thing. I don't want to say for worse, but parts that you love are retired, but yet so much more opens up to you. How are you feeling about everything? Hopeful? Or
What do you mean?
just fatherhood and your work specifically, I guess.
Oh, I think it's going to be an easy balance. Yeah, he's more of like a joyous escape from reality than anything. So it's good to have him around.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I have to do a good job now because now he has to look up to me. You know what I mean? I can't fail in front of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Is there anything else you want to say before we depart today?
No. This was fun.
Yeah, it was so good to see you.
You too.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really bad at outros, and you probably have better advice than I do. But what I usually say is, thanks so much for joining in. If you liked the show, you can smash the subscribe button. I think it's here or here. Maybe like the video. But maybe you could do it better since you are a professional YouTuber. And I am but a mere amateur.
Go away.
Thanks, guys, so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.